Femi married Mona, one of Ada's close friends. Ada often confided in Mona whenever things went sour in marriage. Unknown to Ada, Mona had been secretly eyeing Femi even when he was courting Ada. Mona frequently brought food to Ada and her daughter, Caris, especially during times when Femi refused to provide for them. However, Mona used these opportunities to come to Ada's house and catch glimpses of Femi. Whenever Femi was around, Mona would wink and make seductive gestures towards him. Over time, Femi and Mona began seeing each other privately. Eventually, Mona started spending nights at Ada's house under the guise of helping her. Ada was shocked and devastated when Femi ordered her to pack all her belongings, including Caris's, and move permanently to the guest room. Although Ada had been sleeping in the guest room since the incident with Mr. Ayinde, her belongings were still in the master bedroom. Femi spread false rumors about Ada, accusing her of sleeping with her boss to keep her job and support her kiosk. His stories were exaggerated, and some were entirely fabricated. Mona, emboldened by Femi's actions, no longer hid her affair. She treated Ada with disdain, hissing and insulting her openly. The couple displayed public affection in Ada's presence, leaving her too afraid to confront them. Desperate, Ada sought help from her in-laws, but they believed Femi's version of events and turned against her. They demanded a refund of the dowry and made her life even more unbearable. Left with no choice, Ada confided in her parents. However, during a family meeting, Femi told his side of the story first, painting Ada as a villain. When confronted, Ada admitted to sleeping with her boss, but explained that Femi had coerced her into it. Despite this, her father, humiliated, disowned her. Ada's mother wept, but remained silent under her husband's stern authority. Meanwhile, Ada struggled to survive. She washed clothes and did menial jobs to feed Caris, but earned little and endured public ridicule. Her health began to deteriorate, and she collapsed one evening. Two kind neighbors rushed her to the hospital and covered her medical expenses. It was during her checkup that Ada discovered she was pregnant. The doctor informed her she was already 24 weeks along, making an abortion risky. She realized the child belonged to Mr. Ayinde, not Femi, as Femi had not been intimate with her since the incident. This revelation devastated her. When she returned home, she found Caris outside the compound, dirty and abandoned. Assuming the worst, she rushed to her daughter and was relieved to find her still breathing. Ada promised herself to endure whatever came her way for Caris' sake. Rumors of Ada's pregnancy spread in the neighborhood, eventually reaching Mona, who informed Femi. Enraged, Femi confronted Ada, who did not deny the pregnancy. Femi then threw her and Caris out, calling her a prostitute and denying any involvement in her struggles. With nowhere else to turn, Ada decided to plead with her father for shelter, hoping he would soften for Caris' sake. When Ada arrived at her father's compound, her younger sibling welcomed her warmly, but Mr. Amos, her father, was furious. He chased her out with a cutlass, warning everyone in the household not to associate with her. Her mother secretly gave her some money before Ada left with her child. Out of options, Ada took Caris to a hospital, but the staff refused to treat her without payment. Helpless, Ada spread a wrapper on the ground outside the hospital and laid her ailing child there, praying and weeping. As night fell, the doctor arriving for his shift noticed them. Moved by their plight, he brought them inside and covered the medical expenses. Caris was rushed to the emergency ward, where doctors worked tirelessly to save her. After 4 days in a coma, Caris miraculously regained consciousness. Ada, overwhelmed with gratitude, thanked the doctors and nurses who helped her. Despite her dire circumstances, the kindness of strangers gave Ada a glimmer of hope to continue her fight for her daughter's future.